Folks, when you think of long-term care insurance, why is there such power in having a joint long-term care pool rather than two individual long-term care pools? What do I mean by that? I mean nationwide care matters together. I also mean One America and their asset care product, their joint asset care product. Now Nationwide has brought some competition to One America, who has traditionally been the only one that has offered this. Why do I love these benefits? Or why do I love the concept? Here's why I love the concept. Traditionally, prior to the whole idea of a joint benefit pool, you had two different people that you were talking to, or two people you were talking to at one time, right? You had him, you had her. And many times, if she believes that long-term care is what they need, well, he might have the same belief, and vice versa, right? So my point is, selling to a couple, traditionally, what has it been prior to One America really innovating in this area? Well, it looks something like this. Okay, sir, let's get a long-term care benefit, a long-term care pool that looks something like this, represented by this circle or this oval. And maybe you need $8,000 per month, and let's just say, 36 months, 36 months. I think that's around the average that a person is on claim. Males are shorter than females, but it averages out to around 36 months. So that means you have a $288,000 benefit pool. And usually I'll attach, of course, an inflation rider to it as well, but let's just keep the math simple. And ma'am, let's just say that you need the same thing, a $288,000 benefit pool. Technically, she would probably need more. Females, I want to say, are closer to 48 months on claim, where males are closer to 24 months on claim. But again, I digress there. Now, when it comes to insurance, the best thing that can happen from a financial standpoint, as many of us know, is we get into the insurance company's pocket. We go on claim, right? Now, the beauty with long-term care insurance is we know, and many insurance companies that have actually gone under know, that the probability of going on claim for one person and their one long-term care policy is extremely high. We've all heard the age-old statistic of there's a 7 in 10 probability that you're going to have a long-term care event if you're over the age of 65. So individually, the probability of each of these folks accessing their policy to where they can really squeeze value out of the policy, it's pretty high, but it's not 100%. How do we get it? Not to 100%, of course. The insurance company wouldn't be able to afford that. But how do we get it closer to 100%? Folks, this is where I like the concept of joint long-term care pools. So instead of each of them having a $288,000 benefit pool, what if we said, you know what, let's just create one big pool on this survivorship product chassis. Not going to go into a ton of detail there. And let's just say that it is around a $570,000 benefit pool. Except the difference is whoever goes on claim, whenever they go on claim, even if both of them go on claim at the same time, what happens? You have her and her nice wavy black hair. You have him over here. What happens? They would be sharing this pool, and they would be tapping into that pool for as long as that pool is around. And I would say the odds of one of these folks utilizing that pool, that larger pool, is larger. The odds are larger. You don't have to be a statistician to know that the odds of one of two people accessing that one shared pool is higher than each person individually accessing their own pool, right? So what you have here is he can take his $8,000 per month. She can take her $8,000 per month. By the way, Nationwide is indemnification, so it's cash effectively, right? Doesn't matter who takes care of him, who takes care of her. As long as they meet the trigger, they each can get $8,000 per month, even simultaneously. So if you take $16,000 per month and multiply that by 36, again, you are going to be at about that $570,000, around there, $570,000 benefit pool. Folks, that is why I like the concept of the joint benefit pool. Well, that's great, Charlie. So, however, if this costs a certain amount, this costs a certain amount, you add those up, would that be cheaper or more expensive than this down below? Folks, this down below right here, because of the way that the insurance company's pricing works, it's actually cheaper. Let me demonstrate to you. So here, what I ran is a quote on just him, the $288,000, that's $8,000 per month, our single non-tobacco male. How much does that $288,000, I'm going to zoom in so you guys and gals can see this, how much does that $288,000 benefit pool cost him in premium? $9,931. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so for two of these policies, although she could be a little more expensive, could be a little cheaper. On the life insurance side, women are cheaper, right? On the long-term care side, women are more expensive. So I've seen that ebb and flow on these illustrations. Let's just say that hers is priced the same as his. So that's almost $20,000 in premium. What if instead of this $288,000, we doubled the benefit pool, as I just discussed? We doubled the benefit pool to, like I said, around 570. I'm not that good at math, but technically it's 576,000. I'm actually pretty good at math. I'm just not good on the fly, as we're doing here. It's not $20,000, folks. It's actually quite a bit cheaper than $20,000. So you have the statistical probability that is higher by using a joint structure, while at the same time you have a cheaper benefit versus him plus her. It's a cheaper premium.